Tuesday, we're going to learn now Ois Zayin, the first part of Ois Zayin in Parshat Tazria. Zera Shimshon brings down the pasuk V'hiva el Aharon Hakohen, and he was brought to Aron Hakohen. We're talking about someone with tzaras, and asks the Zera Shimshon, we have to know what's the reason why this Tim and Tahara of Negoim, when someone gets tzaras, when someone gets leprosy, why is it that Tima and Tahara, that he becomes Tame, he becomes impure, or when he becomes pure, it is all in the hands of the Kohen, and not in the hands of a Talmud Chacham. All the other dinim, all the other halachic laws of the Yiddishkeit and of the Torah, whether it's going to be allowed or not allowed, it's restricted, it's permitted, it all has to do with dinim that the Talmud Chacham tells you, a Rov tells you, a Posek tells you, in the entire Torah. Why over here, specifically, by Negoim, by Tzaras, is Tim and Tahara in the hands of a Kohen to say yes or not? And we even know that it says in the Gemara that if a Kohen is Amarat and he doesn't know, then and the Talmud Chacham tells him, listen, this is Tzaras, then it's not Tzaras until the Kohen says, this is Tzaras Yotame. Why is that so? Says the Shimshon, according to Parshat, we say two reasons. The first reason is that the Negoim are given over, the Negoim, the Tzaras of yes or no, to Mentara, is given over to a Kohen, because it says that Negoim, when someone has Tzaras, what's his kapara? He has to bring a carbon. And what's going to be mechaper on him? How's his forgiveness going to come? Through the Mizbayach. And because of that, it has to be given to a Kohen, because if there's no Kohen, then there's no Mizbayach and there's no carbon. Because we know that the Yisol brings the carbon, but if the Kohen doesn't actually sacrifice the carbon and eat the carbon, then there's no kapara. So therefore you have to have a Kohen. So therefore it's in the hands of the Kohen to say yes or no. Is it yes Tomei, is it Tohar, and what the status of this person. Another reason gives the Zera Shimshon, because it says in the Medrash says, why is korban laida? We know when someone has a child, she has to bring a korban to the Beis Hamikdash. Why is that korban in the Torah next to the korban or the parsha of Negoim? So says the Medrash that HaKadosh Baruch Hu said that I told you to bring a korban after you have a child, and you didn't. I mean, say it's talking about someone that did not bring a korban after they had a child. He says, I'm swearing to you, says Hashem, that I'm going to make you go to a Kohen, and then you're going to have to go to a Kohen. You didn't want to go because I said to bring a korban. Well, I'm going to make you that you're going to have to. And that's what the Pasuk says, V'hiva Aron HaKohen. And they have to come to Aron HaKohen. That's what the Medrash says. Says the Zera Shimshon on this, that from here we see that what's the reason why a person gets tzaras? One of the reasons is so that he has to come to the Kohen, because since the Kohen had a loss because he didn't have the carbon laida, he didn't have the carbon that you were supposed to bring when they had a child. So Hashem has to make it up to the Kohen, and he brought tzaras on this person because now this person has no choice, but he has to go to the Beis Hamikdash to bring a carbon, and the Kohen will not lose out.